So I got some parts today, which means I'll be able to take the Miata here for a midnight drive, which should be fun. 1991 Silverstone Mazda Miata with the turbocharger from a Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4. Max pressure I've seen is 10 psi, though that did not make the engine happy because I'm running non-intercooled and I'm still on the horrid tank of 87 octane that was in here before I started turbocharging. So, needless to say, I cannot get in the boost very much until I upgrade to E85 and get some intercooling goodness up in here. But for just tooling around, bit of turbo noise there. I've also got a problem. The retainer clip for the plug on the vane airflow sensor is missing, so that plug likes to come off at inconvenient times while I'm driving. We're probably seeing around 5 psi there. I can't tell because I haven't hooked up the backlight on my boost gauge. Oops. Anything above 5 psi and I start to see knock, my timing is retarded about as far as it can possibly go, so I don't run into too many pre-det issues and I can still tootle around, staying mostly out of boost just so I can use up this gas. I mean, I could siphon it, but where's the fun in that? Even as gimped as it is right now, this is a pretty fun setup. It feels about as fast as the 140 horsepower SR20 DE engine that's in my Nissan Sentra. Of course, that engine is also 25 years old, as is this one, so they're probably a bit down on ponies. Though they both put their power through a 5-speed manual gearbox with similar gear ratios. See some lightning over there. I'll definitely need to remember to put the top up. I should probably get a blow-off valve as well. I've read whisperings of new theories on why they might not be completely necessary, but I like the noise. I also need to relocate all of my auxiliary gauges to the DIN slot where the radio was, because who needs a radio when you've got a 1.6 liter turbocharged Japanese 4-cylinder and all the wonderful associated noises that come with it. One downside of this tiny steering wheel, though it's an absolute joy to use with the power-assisted steering rack, is that I cannot see how fast I'm going. I've got to kind of duck down in order to see my speedometer, or have a vague idea that straight up and down is 70 miles an hour, because I can just see the bottom half. Like right now, I know I'm doing 30. I can just barely see the 40 mile an hour mark, but everything above that on my speedometer is a complete mystery. Likewise, I can see red line on my rev limiter, but that's about it. Anything below 6,000 RPM, I don't know what the hell's going on. So I kind of have to drive the car by sound. Man, this thing boogies when you put it in second gear going around a corner like that, and you start to get, it's got a very fat, low torque curve, which is kind of strange, though it does take a little while to come on. It is a tiny turbocharger, so it spins up reasonably quick, but it is also a turbocharger from a car from the 90s, so it's not as transparent as one nowadays, which is something that I really like. I don't like the transparency of modern turbos. I like to, if I'm in a turbo car, let me feel like I'm in a turbo car. Unless it's, you know, none of these cars are built to be world-beating, world-class sports cars. They're fun. They're about the driving experience. So, give me some turbo lag. Let me feel that boost come on. I just love this thing. I can't wait to see what I'm able to do with it once I actually get this done. Closer to what would be deemed the correct way to do it. There we go.